how we can get started. So it typically starts in Figma most times, definitely, except it's something very straightforward. I want to animate with Jitter. These people joining, admit all. Yes, that might be distracting us, but it's all good. Oh boy. Let me see how this looks here. 40 with a white stroke. Let's say 3. So this will sort of represent our mouse. Even though it can look better. Let's say 2. And this guy a little bit more. Okay, so we'll jump right to it. Let me get this guy into Jitter. So naturally I would go the whole route of teaching you easing and all the technical terms for doing motion with Jitter, but I really didn't learn it like that. I just started practicing it, and with time I've gotten to be able to use it more conveniently. But 1 second. So for those that don't understand, this is the Jitter plugin in Figma. So you just go to your Figma community and you get the plugin. So whenever you want to get something to Jitter, you just look for the plugin and copy whatever frame that you want to work on in Jitter.
Okay, will you take us to the app?
Yes, it will take you. Yes. It will just, you see now. So when it does, it just says open in Jitter. So it just creates the interface for you. So you can see everything is here now.
Okay.
So but something to note, right? Jitter, most times it will flatten and turn anything that has too many items into an image. If you notice, this is an image because the only reason it's coming as an image is because of the rounded edges. So anytime you have anything like shadows or rounded corners on any particular frame, especially shadows, Jitter will import it as an image. So I'll go back now and remove the stroke and shadow I put on this guy. I guess that's the only reason why it's going in as. There shouldn't be any other reason if this guy goes in straight. Okay, so let's try that again. Same issue. Then I will put this guy at 0 and see.
Okay, if it loads as an image, does it also have issue? Like,
well, you can't access. Yeah, look at, for example, you can't actually go into it and animate the text,
see the layers,
or the numbers there. If I want to like make them slide up, you can see this guy here. I can actually go into the text and work on each one, although it's not necessary. This can still animate in, but it's nicer to probably have this 36,000 just come from down up and fund your wallets. We'll do something like that as well. But let me see if it will work now. If not, we'll just leave it and move on. Jitter is funny with exporting layers like that. Still the same. So there's something I'm missing here. But yeah, let me continue when I want to start fully. So I would like to create a mock-up effect whereby it's actually on a phone in Jitter, and that's quite tricky. I didn't realize how to do it until like recently. So I have this plugin called Artboard Mockup Studio, and the first thing I want to do is pick the particular mockup I would like to have this animation on. So let's say I pick this guy here. Yes, I picked the iPhone 12. So I want to make sure, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? It should. Yep. I want to make sure this guy is of that same visual size. And then you render selected frame because you want it to be. Ooh, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Let me see. Okay, please give me a moment. I think I have to use something that has like a black base background. So yeah, let's just use something like this. Okay, so I think this will work much better because it has a black base or a dark mode background or something like that. I'll explain how white will not work. Yeah, so I've brought in the mockup now from here, and I just want to get this mockup into Jitter now. Yes. So I'll put this guy in a frame. Like that. Yeah. And then I'll get this whole thing in Jitter. Yeah, so we have the mockup here now, and we're ready to bring the other flows into Jitter for animation. So I'll just start with this first screen. You want to make sure that this guy can sit on the on the mockup and not show any signs outside. So you just want to round the edges and just make sure it fits in here. Yeah, so that's the trick for the mockup thing in Jitter. So you see now it sits on that interface perfectly, but we will not be exporting it like this here because, like I said, if you round the corners, Jitter will export it as an image. Some things here might still be exported as image itself. What's going on? Okay, and now copy. so slow. Something went wrong. Come on. Okay. So then now I open this screen in Jitter. So you see everything is here now. Okay, all good. Oh wow, something is messed up here. Yeah, so I want to try and copy this and paste it in this other place here, where we have this this guy, but it already says I've copied it. Jitter, maybe could not paste these issues. Yep. So now I've pasted that interface here. Then I come to corner
Hey
radio.
man, I think some people are trying to join. Could you check
Oh
that out?
shit! Damn. Admit all. Thanks for that. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Everybody. We are just getting started basically. So to quickly run through what we've done, we will be animating this flow in Jitter now. And we'll be using this mockup. So the first thing I did was to bring this mockup in with Artboard Mockup Studio, which is this plugin. You can find it in the Figma community. And then I exported this whole thing to Jitter using the Jitter plugin as well. So this is what we have right now. And then I've also copied this frame using the Jitter plugin as well and pasted it here. So now we can animate it with that mockup. So far so good. We're about to round the edges of that frame. I didn't do it in Figma because it would make this whole thing come in as an image. Okay, 30, I think 30 is fine. Yeah, so now we can get started. So first thing I want to do is just even the iPhone mockup is the first thing I want to animate. So I've selected that, new animation, and let's say I would like a sliding animation from down like that. So that just starts the whole thing. Again, it's a sliding animation from down up. It takes a second, and you can always play around with the easing in this part. If you choose smooth, you see what happens. If you choose natural, that's what happens. Slow down, accelerate, but I usually like using, I think, impulse. Yeah, where's the elastic? Swing down, impulse. All right. As well, you can make it bigger. You can make everything bigger like that, but it will distort all the stuff that is inside. So just leave it the way you imported it. So now I want to start working on all these elements and how they come into the screen generally. Oh, I need more people to admit. Okay, nobody. Yeah, so this can come in with this guy. So I just have my shift press down, new animation on both those guys, and it can be a sliding from up down, just like that. And so I reduce the length of that and get it closer to, so this guy comes in and we have that writing up there. The next thing you want to do is this, guys. That's these two icons. New animation again, sliding up, down. Same length as the other ones there, and you just leave it maybe slightly after these two starts. So that's that. And then we want to work on this bar now. We want to make sure that this is sliding from left to right while a user is just on the screen. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Just keep going, boss.
So this bar will be static while the text here is going to move from left to right. So I'm holding shift down to swing it to the right to give a good start position. So there's a lot of animating to happen, like there's a lot of sliding to happen rather than it just be at the center. And then I set a custom animation to move, and you see this arrow now, and I'll set this to move from here all the way here, and it's still centralized. So this is what it will look like at first. You see, it don't already stop self. Okay, so then I'll just extend it so it keeps happening through the length of the video. So I extended it over the whole timeline of 10 seconds. Sometimes I like to increase it. The longer the animation can take, the slower it will execute. That's for stuff that is sliding like this. So you see, it's just there now sliding, but it's going too fast. So I'll probably reduce it or change maybe slow down. Let me see what happens if there's more. Yeah, I think this does it. This works just perfect. So now we want to just bring all these guys in at once since it's one section. New animation in. I think will a sliding work here? Sliding again, just slide down like that. And if you want to, you can do them individually if you like that. Like this will come in, then this image will come in, then this guy. But it depends on how you like to go about it. I think I'll move this guy forward a bit. Yeah. And then we have all these guys after all the animations that have existed that we've added now. Yeah. And it can be shorter. So sometimes Jitter can distort the positioning of some of your items, but you can always just drag them back to place. So I think I would like these guys to be okay. Let's do this one separately. Slide in, down. And then these guys separately as well. So they'll happen right after each other like that. That works too. So now I will go to Figma to get my mouse. I forgot about this guy. Where did I have that? Make one again.
I have a question, boss.
Yes, please.
Is it as you select a new frame, it will create a new timeline for you, or you're the one creating a new timeline
Once you
for
click,
the animation?
once you click add animation, once you
It will create a new timeline.
yeah, once it will just add a new to the timeline. It will add a new distance.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you notice this guy now is highlighted, you can see
Yeah,
the timeline here. So
that's the timeline there.
yeah. So if I go to new animation, I can still add an animation to this exact what's it called frame again. But yeah, once you
Okay.
select what you want to work on, then you now go to new animation. It will add here straight.
Okay. I get it now. Thank you.
No problem. So I was going to create a mouse. Is that someone trying to come in? What does this lower all mean?
I'm sorry, but I want to ask a question.
Yes, please.
Sorry. Yeah. The last time I did my own, the edges, the corner radius, I did this from Figma. Then it was converting it to picture.
Yeah. That's what I was saying
So
earlier. That don't
I mean that part when you were talking about it.
okay. Sorry about that. I'll go over it now again. So what I was saying is, jitter often, what's it called? It flattens anything that has like any shape that is not normal, in the sense that you have a rectangle that has a curved edge or that has a shadow or a gradient, those types of things. You usually have to add those things in jitter. So if you have like an animation you want to work on and you are exporting a frame and it has a rounded edge, it will go into jitter as a picture to just convert the whole frame into a picture. So just leave it the way it is in Figma, export it with the normal edges. When you get into jitter, if you notice, that's what we did here. This frame would have come in as an image if we rounded the edges in Figma, but we did it here. You can see corner radius 30. So yeah, that's how that goes. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. Initially you mentioned something about reason why we can't use a white background. I think you missed that out.
Oh yes,
Probably I didn't hear
I've
that.
not. It's not a big deal actually. I didn't use it because of that green. I just didn't use it because of that green. I had one green. Would I say header in that particular design? This part. Yeah, so I'll have had to go through a lot of stress to bring this one in separately. I'll have to have brought everything in separately, and also consideration for curving it and reducing the size to fit the screen. So I just that one, it was just more of a just not to waste time on the call. That's why I just decided to do something simpler for us, because we would have probably still been here on that particular screen if we
Okay,
so
thanks.
that was my reason there. All right, so I want to export the mouse so we can now go about copy, opening Jitter. So I copy this and I paste here. So now we have the mouse right here. So I'll animate new animation in fading to just bring the mouse into the frame. Alright, and now we want to animate a movement for the mouse to move to a point where you click something, which is here. We want to open this pool and add and join it. Alright, so the mouse slides down here, or our navigation, and then this guy is clicked. So to create an illusion of this guy being clicked, new animation, custom, you go to scale. right? You see that? So it gets bigger, but you reduce the scale to which it gets bigger to like 105%. So it just sort of, once the mouse enters there, you see that it just acts like it pops up. You get? So now, once something is clicked, everything on this screen is supposed to disappear and signify that, oh, we're moving into a new interface, right? So I will make all these guys, let me check the next screen in the flow. Okay, so this is the next screen. Nice. So everything here can just disappear. Close this. Also close this.
Boss, our call ends in 15 minutes. Oh.
Oh wow. Yeah, no problem. I'll restart it. But everybody will have to rejoin. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think you can drop a link here so that before that 15 minutes,
Okay.
we'll know where to go to before it ends.
Alright, no problem. I will do that. Let me create a new link. Alright, I've just sent the link to, so once this meeting is done, we can move there. Okay, so now all these guys, I'll just select them at once, right? That's this header, this guy here. I select all of them at once and new animation. Now I go to out because I want all these guys to disappear. So I go to out and I go to slide out. So you see what happens there, they just vanish. But I don't want it to happen to the right. I think I would rather they go up. So what happens now is immediately the mouse clicks that guy, everything just disappears upward. But I think there shouldn't be that amount of time. It's still not happening the way I like, or the way I would want it to. I think I'll delete this animation.
Bro, sorry to cut you. The name of that plugin you used for the mockup, what's the name again? Sorry.
Artboard Mockup Studio.
Add one.
Artboard. Let me show you in this is it. This guy here. Artboard Studio Mockups. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if you see now, you slide in, the mouse goes to pull, it clicks on it, and everything just vanishes upward. So I would like this to even happen in a shorter time frame than that. Okay, excellent. So now we want to bring in the next frame, and then we have to go back into Figma and then come and select these guys, this whole frame. But we just need the background and this. I'm coming on. Yeah, exactly. We just need the background here and the pop-up, which is down here like this. Yep, so we can export this guy to Jitter again. thought someone tried to join. Okay, so you see we have it here, and then I select both of them. I copy and I bring it to our current work frame. Select this whole frame and then paste. What just happened? Okay, I think let me copy this guy first. Okay, so I have pasted it. It's not even showing. So I'll just bring this guy as well. Paste here as well. I think I'm missing something. I think I am missing something. Okay, so I think this is unnecessary. So new animation, this guy animates in and slides up. Wow, this guy is just above everybody. And then this guy also comes down again. I think I'm missing something now. What's the time on this meeting now? 9 minutes, okay, we're good. Okay, so I made a mistake, so I think I want to delete this. Delete this animation. I don't think I needed them to disappear. Delete as well. Good. So this guy comes here. Okay. So now I'll bring the overlay, copy the overlay, and but it's not showing anything in Jitter. Again, Jitter just messed up the overlay. Let me try and see if I can. Okay, let me do it by myself here. Okay, and then add an opacity. Okay. So Jitter messed up the overlay. I just had to like fix it here on my own. So instead of making all the elements in the screen disappear, because there is a pop-up and it's just meant to be an overlay that blurs the background out, I just made a mistake earlier. Yeah, so back to the timeline now. Once that is clicked, then this guy then animates in, sliding. Yeah. Okay. So basically what I just did, I made a mistake initially and I didn't account for the pop-up and how it blurs the background, so I just removed everything there, which is not how it will interact in reality. So I've corrected that now. Once the mouse clicks on that, then the overlay kind of blurs the background out and this guy would then appear. Copy. paste. Exactly. So this guy then appears here. And animates a new animation sliding up, down. Perfect. So now all these guys animate. Click on that. This guy comes up. And everything is still functioning behind there. So any questions so far?
Yeah, I have a question though.
All right.
So I want to get like your flow in this animation tool. So what you do is you start with a particular frame, like the first mockup. Then moving forward, you now start copying from Figma, just continuing like that. So you don't
I didn't get that. Can you
export
repeat your
everything.
question again?
So what I'm saying is, I want to understand your flow. Like,
Yeah.
confirm I'm saying something correct. So what you do is you export one frame, like one mockup first, like one frame down. Then you start adding extra things,
Yes.
and it keeps going in the prototype.
Yes.
Right.
So usually,
Okay.
what I would do before was I will carry all the frames like this, then put them inside each other
Yeah.
and hide it. But
Yeah.
I realized that because of these issues that Jitter has, for example, stuff like curved edges, images that have a lot of elements, that it will just basically make them, what's it called,
And
flat, convert them to images. So I just decided that I would rather do it one after the other. So once I account for one screen and complete all the animations that I feel should be in it, then I'll go and copy and bring the next one.
okay. That overlay, I think you can export it as a PNG and know if it works, like with the blur.
Oh yeah, it will
Yes.
work. Yeah, it will work like that. But
Right.
when it comes to, yeah, I think it will work like that too. Yeah, it will work.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure. Does anybody else have a question?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. The mouse, that circle thing, is that how it's just gonna be stuck on the screen all through the interaction?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, because it will have been a cursor, but it's mobile and you don't really, it's just signifying your thumb movement.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you're designing for like web, you used to bring a web cursor
Yes,
and
like
also animate
like
it.
this one I have on the screen. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Okay, so moving on now, we have completed the first steps. I think the meeting is going to max out now, so maybe we should move to that point